Welcome, 239 Uncensored Everything Southwest Florida. And look at Shannon today. She's all looking dressed up, all professional. Shannon, look at you.
I am professional. Now my outside matches my professional inside.
The lovely Shannon Livingston. And I've got to keep the music up just for a little bit because I've been turning it down too fast. Yeah. This kind of like gets us like fired up for a Monday.
I can't believe it's Monday.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for a Monday.
You're butterfly. You got a lot going on.
I
you went to the movies already.
I've already been to the movies.
It's amazing.
No, I've been out doing my job, been out slinging those home warranties.
Nice.
And part of my job is to, I'm also the events chair at NABOR, the Board of Realtors. And
I see your name pop up everywhere.
Do you?
You're socialite.
At least it's not on the mugshots.
Not yet.
Knock on wood or whatever this is. But so part of my job is I get to go and plan these fun events for all of the realtors that belong to NABOR that NABOR pays for. So it's like a dream come true. I go into the theater and I say, hey, 200 people, this is what I want for food. Let's do this, this, and this. And then it happens. So people are like, oh, home warranty. Isn't that boring? But that's my job. I went to the theater today and they gave me free popcorn and a free little Diet Coke that I put in my 239 cup.
Nice.
Because I did carry it in.
A little advertisement, 239. That's good. So you got like a job that is really cool.
I know. People really, they think, what did you do? Who did you piss off to have to sell home warranties?
Nice.
But it is a lot more fun than it sounds.
No, it's a good thing. And if you're looking for a home warranty, make sure you give Shannon a call.
Look no further. Here I am.
Old Republic, they'll take care of you. Good things. And I have yet to really dig into it. I've heard the presentation a lot, but I know that now
tune it out right away.
No, right now is a great time to, be looking at that because to try to get people back out, to try to get people to fix your home, do those things. That's crucial. And people are doing a lot of these, like buy the house without an inspection.
They are, which is not a great idea, but it is happening. Yeah. A home warranty is also good just in negotiation. If you have an older house and older appliances and that's your listing and you don't want to, have 20 emails about the air conditioner, just you throw a home warranty on there.
Bam.
Yeah. And when they say, oh, but how old is that air conditioner? You say it is older. We're offering a home warranty.
That's a great idea.
Conversation over. You have better things to do.
Do you have anybody that you use that you'd like to put, shout out to that or uses you that you'd like to put a shout out to?
As far as vendors go?
Yeah. Or vendors or people that
actually buy these plans?
Yeah, that frequently, real estate professionals that do it.
Well, so our friend Pinky,
who
is going to be helping us with some education, some social media education. She actually found me the job. She called and she said, "Oh, there's this job available, and excuse me, would you be interested in that?" And I said, "Oh my God, no, that sounds awful. I don't do sales, home warranty." And then about a week later, I found out that my contract at FGCU was ending. And so I called my friend back and I said, "Tell me about that job." And I'm so glad that I did, because not only am I not homeless, but it is a good product. I feel like you've cursed me and now I'm getting laryngitis.
I feel great.
But I don't. So that's the problem. I'm going to clear my throat again. Everybody wants to hear that. So yeah, so she actually orders the warranties. That's how she knew about it. She uses it as part of her business. And a lot of the realtors that I work with seems to be feast or famine. Either they put it on every deal because it is part of their business model and it's their gift to their people and they want every deal protected, or they've never heard of it, don't care, don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find the people in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you do a good job at it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you do a real good job.
I wear a suit.
Yeah, you look nice. So what did you do? We always ask on Monday, what did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? My life has become so domestic. I have this old dog that I stay at home with on the weekends because I know his time is coming any day. And I'm going to feel so guilty if I'm out jet skiing or something. And this poor little old soul goes across the Rainbow Bridge alone. But so I ordered new towels, and I know that does not sound exciting. Right?
God damn, that's exciting.
It was so exciting, like a fluffy new towel.
Wow.
I know. So I swapped out my towels. That was a good time.
Diane and I were discussing you this over lunch. Are you like staying home for real, or are you just telling us?
Or
that?
am I just lying and going, oh, no,
Yeah,
I was home with my dog all
I
weekend?
think she's like lying. She's flying to places.
I could be
She's going
lying.
to Vegas.
I could be dating a senator and going on his private plane over the weekends and not telling anyone.
Wow.
Could be.
You don't want to piss off any wives.
But not a senator here. I just want that to be known.
No.
I would not date a Floridian.
No.
Not anymore.
Go out of state.
Yeah.
Go out of state.
And leave them out of state. Don't even ship them in. Like, I can find you. You go back where you live and I'll come to you. I'll call you. Don't call me. That's dating me. That's my motto. I'll call you. Don't call me.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. So, yeah. And we have, and not to go over this too many times, but we have the real estate class starting tonight.
It's starting today.
Yeah. So it's good. And that's a 63-hour course. You still have time to sign up if you want to sign up. And we had some phone calls on Friday. If you want to sign up, just give us a call. And if you use the word and the coupon code real estate 100, you save $100.
$100.
You.
That is a lot of dollars.
Yeah. And actually, I posted it today on the 239 page. So go ahead and click on that. If you use the word real estate 100, you're doing good.
So it's what, $299 plus the.
Yeah, well, it's $399, and then
$399.
if you do the 100, it comes down to $299.
So yes, was the answer to that question.
Yes, it's $299 if you use the code. It's not $299, then you get it, $199.
So are you excited about the class starting?
That's fun. It's always fun. We have I think we have 13 to 14 people.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Good.
So it's gonna be fun, and you're welcome to come. Obviously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a little late for me.
Yeah.
I'll be flying back with the senator.
Yeah. You never know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. There you go. Well, yeah. Okay. See, she's got something going on.
So did you? My
monitor's out. I can't see myself.
That's all right. We don't need to see ourselves. But that is the best way to do things. Just whatever people imagine is going to be probably more exciting than what I do. But what did you do?
Had a good weekend.
You had some sushi, right?
Yeah, we did. I hate putting those food pictures up.
I love them.
Yeah, I don't like doing it because it's kind of like, really? Is that all you got to do is take pictures of your food? No, but it was good. So on Friday, didn't do a whole lot. Stayed here to the office pretty late. Then on Saturday, had to take Alex over to Miami to get her hair straightened.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be like a 2-hour deal, and it turned into a 4-hour and a 6-hour. She only has to do it every couple of years, I guess, and you do it so you don't have to use a straightener. And it was, and they only do it, in Miami, I guess, and they used to do it in Tampa. And I'm like, really? So we took the Tesla over. That was kind of cool, and it was neat. You go over there, zoom over. She went to get her hair done, and I went and charged it up. Took like 28 minutes, about $15 to $20. I can't remember. I think it was about $20 to juice it up, and then I did a little shopping, went to Best Buy, just typical stuff. And we went to eat, really nice place. It was outdoor arrangements. It was food from Venezuela. It was great.
Now, is Miami crazy right now? Do they have a season like we have, or they're just crazy all the time?
It is crazy all the time. But it was for a Saturday, went to the mall there, and it was like hardly anybody around. So it wasn't bad at all. No. Miami.
I know a lot of women that go to Miami to get their beauty treatments.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in Miami.
Yeah, not just the butt bags, but I hear that that's pretty big over there.
Yeah.
I haven't had it done yet.
I'm sure.
I'm just going to get my boobs done bigger and bigger. And that way people just keep
they just look at that. And they don't have to look at anything else.
Let the rest of the body go. Just one part, keep accentuating that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know.
Good idea. Yeah.
It's worked for me so far.
And then what did I do yesterday? I did real estate all day yesterday. Did showings and did some listings and took some pictures. And yeah, so it's been good. And then kicking it up today and class tonight for the rest of the week till Thursday, and then weekend comes again, and just a big circle.
I know, but it's kind of nice when I look back on the last week and people say, well, what did you do? And I feel like, well, I did like more of the same, because that's not normal for me. I'm not used to having that stability. So when I don't have anything exciting, that's kind of good. I'm growing up. Yeah. My son is so proud of me.
Hey, mom's growing up. And this whole thing, I get home, I watch the news for a couple of minutes. I have to turn that because it's getting crazy, right? Over in Ukraine. They're just blowing the whole place up. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it makes sense to anybody.
Because he's proving a point. He's not going to take over land that's worth anything. He's just proving the point that you don't go against him. Yeah. And the motherland.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, so interesting that we have some things going on. And I don't know what you wanted to cover, because you had read up on these articles. You were a little bit more prepared prepared than I was this
studied
time.
these.
Yes.
Well, so we were talking about this first one. This good Samaritan shoots and kills man moments after saving him from drowning in jet ski accident. So that is such a long title. I didn't even know what that meant. And then I did read the story. So basically, there was this couple on their jet skis and an older couple on a pontoon boat. And so they rescued the jet ski people, and or so they thought. And so they brought them aboard the boat, and then the jet ski guy starts, getting a little froggy. Apparently he wanted to fight the older guy, and at some point the girlfriend of the 29-year-old jet ski guy wants to push him in, like, back into the lake to calm him down and control him, but like that didn't happen. So the old guy felt so threatened, and I say old, he's probably my age. The older guy felt so threatened with this guy on his boat that he shot him in the chest and killed him.
Christmas.
So he rescues this guy, and then he's such an ass that he ends up shooting him. And so the friends that were quoted in this article said, oh no, this guy was so nice and he's not aggressive at all, and this doesn't make any sense. Yet they didn't have a quote from the girlfriend other than, it wasn't a quote, but saying that she tried to push him into the water when he got out of hand.
So even she knew that he was inappropriate.
Yeah. And I'll tell you,
he was probably smoking weed.
No, because then he would have calmed his ass down, and he would have offered the old guy a joint, and everybody would have been happy having some Doritos. Instead, alcohol is probably alcohol.
Probably alcohol, I would say. I would venture to guess it was probably alcohol in this case.
But so is there stand your ground on a boat? I mean, if you have somebody on your boat and they act crazy?
Well, basically, the stand your ground thing is you have to be in fear of your life or others. If your failure to act will, you will die from it, right? Mm-hmm. Or somebody else might die. So when you're protecting yourself, the only problem comes in is when you've got to be able to convince people, potentially a jury at some point, depending if you get charged, you're going to have to convince them that you were in fear for your life, or potentially your failure to act would, be a problem for someone else's life.
Yeah. Well, I hope he was nice to his wife, because she's going to be the corroborating witness there.
Yeah. Well, and then a lot of these, if you're 74 years old and this guy's pretty ripped dude, he comes on the boat and he's fired up about something, you're like, I'm not putting up with that. Because maybe that's the only way you could have stopped him.
Well, and his friends saying, oh no, that doesn't sound like his character. His friends are going to say that. And I'm sorry, guys, you don't know what your friend does. The guy that is beating the shit out of his wife, his friends are also the ones going, oh, he was such a nice guy. I don't believe that. Assholes act different in public. Yeah, that's how it works.
I mean, I tell everybody how nice you are.
They don't believe that for a minute.
They do. No, yeah. But no, that's true though. Your friends are going to be, because you can, but I've been in situations like this where really good friends of mine have done some really stupid shit, and you have all you can do to calm them down. You're like, all right, buddy, go ahead and get your ass kicked. Good luck with that. You're on your own.
Well, I actually had a guy that I was dating, and he didn't.
Oh my God, really?
I know. He didn't get up on the boat in time, and so the boat started drifting off of the island. And he wanted me to help lift him up, which, first of all, he was way too fat and heavy for me to do that, because I'm a chubby chaser. And plus he's down on a boat. I can't lift that up. But second, he had left his phone on the boat, which started going off. And it was this woman that I knew that was texting him. So I just read all those text messages and figured out all the different ways that he'd been lying to me. And I let him drift next to that boat until Cito finally came to get us after we hit a sandbar.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that was the last time I went boating. Bad shit happens on a boat.
I gotta admit, it does.
Yeah.
It can.
You should not drink and be on a boat.
Well, one thing I will say is when I was in the Marine Patrol, worked on the water, law enforcement on the water, every day I got home, I kind of did a little prayer thinking I made it through the day, because it gets crazy out there.
People are irresponsible.
Yeah, it gets, people getting run over, props killing people, taking off heads, crushed in the woods. I mean, there's just a lot of crazy shit that happens. So every single day, it's like the wild, wild west out there. Keywaying and, from Naples to Marco. Yeah, it's crazy.
We just floated away.
With some crazy stuff.
And he kept saying, help me. No.
Nope.
Still reading.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She ain't gonna give up to that. Yeah.
Well, it's not as bad as this woman. We have this video where I think her behavior is worse than mine. She was very upset that she made this 40-minute trip to deliver some food and she only got an $8 tip. Now, I think $8 is pretty good for driving food to somebody's house. Is $8?
Well, I think it used to be good when gas was, 42 cents a gallon.
How is that my responsibility, though? I mean, I just do like the 15, 20% tip. And if it's a really small order, maybe I'll bump it up a little bit. But
how does DoorDash work?
And this is the thing. When I read this article, that's the problem. We have all these apps. I don't know how they pay, right?
DoorDash comes.
And I don't have an option when, the restaurant signs up for DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. That's on them. I have to use whoever it is that they use.
Right.
And so I don't know who pays the driver the delivery fee. I don't know, if I'm paying $40 to get waffles from Waffle House delivered to my house, I'm assuming that driver is being paid out of all of those fees that I'm
somehow,
paying.
some way.
So I'm still going to leave a tip on top of it because they ask you to, and because I don't really know, right? So I'm like, shit, it's $40 for, a $12 meal. Okay. So then to have somebody yell at you on top of that is not all right. And just accosting the customer at all. Let's listen to this video to see what she says.
All right. This is going to be interesting.
I need to speak to you. I don't think you realize where they're coming from, so I need to speak to you.
Where what's coming from?
The driver who delivers for DoorDash was captured on the homeowner's ring camera.
I drove 40 minutes, and it was extremely far, and I got it early. So I don't think you realize where you work from.
That's a 15 to 20 minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes.
Well, we decided to check for ourselves. The restaurant was in Commack, New York. The house was in Smithtown. According to Google Maps, that's a 5.5 mile drive and should take only 12 minutes.
Oh,
busted. To make it right.
So what was the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for?
5.5 miles.
That's right. She took the food back.
I'm pissed. I'm hungry.
Was in the right.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
So
that's not good.
$8 tip for 5.5 miles.
Hey.
And she took the food?
So right now that's 1 gallon of gas.
Not my problem. Ride a bicycle.
But
get a
for
rickshaw.
for 5 miles, right? So yeah, no, she should have just sucked it up, buttercup, and I don't know how the DoorDash works. So is it just off tips, or do they get money from? Or you don't know?
I don't know, but that's not.
Please tell me. Come on, comment.
That's not up
comment
to
below.
me to know. That's up to her to know.
Yeah, comment below.
And you make more money when you do a better job, when you have more customer service. And I have friends that drive for, DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. And sometimes you get good tippers and sometimes you don't. It's just like a restaurant.
Yeah.
So it comes out in the wash. And just like a restaurant, you don't, accost people that you think didn't tip you properly.
Could you please throw up that food for me? Because I'm taking it back to the kitchen because the tip sucked.
I have had managers follow people out, like to the parking lot to ask if everything was okay because there was no tip.
No, it really sucked. So you get a bad tip. But that's good that the manager does that because it could be. I've had some pretty shitty waitresses before.
But you don't not tip them. You may tip them.
Well,
less.
I'll tip them probably 20. The 20%.
Right. But you're not going to give them 25, 30.
Right.
But the problem here too is, people didn't used to tip on to-go food. And so COVID changed that. Now everybody expects 20% on a to-go order, even if it's not delivered. And so delivery people, I think, are expecting more with the price of gas and everything else. But, this bitch is crazy. 40 minutes. It took you 40 minutes to go 5.5 miles. That sounds like your problem.
Well, in
Get
Naples.
a GPS.
Well, in Naples.
On Pine Ridge.
Or
if you hit Bonita Beach Road.
Mockley Road.
Oh my gosh, Mockley.
Mockley and 41.
It needs like 12 lanes.
Yeah,
we need to widen it to 12 lanes and a helicopter pad.
Yeah. You couldn't get 40 miles you couldn't get 5 miles in Naples in 40 minutes during the day. Probably would take you that for me to get to here. Because I'd probably say as the crow flies from our studio to Coastland is probably about 5 or 6 miles.
But again, I don't care about any of this. All I care about is my food. How much have I spent on my food?
He didn't get it. He didn't get his
What
food.
is the percentage of the tip you're going to get? And usually you tip before they deliver it
That's
anyway.
true.
So even if they're early, late, whatever, the tip is the tip.
Sorry, ma'am. I don't know how to use this
predetermined.
app. I don't know how to readjust that. Do you tip on Uber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can rate you, right?
Yeah.
They can rate you now.
Do they rate you before you give the tip or after?
I don't know. Everybody's rating everybody. Have you seen that
Yeah.
Black Mirror show that has that episode?
No, I need to watch it.
It's like Twilight Zone, but a little darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think that's where we're headed. Just going to execute the people with 1 star.
Yeah. Now this next video really ticked me off. It really ticked me off. This, get this FHP trooper. He's on I-4 around Tampa area. He's on the side of the road with this guy walking down the street. So this guy's walking down the road. The trooper checks out with him. He's trying to figure out what's happening. Next thing you know, he takes a swing at this guy. Now, I'm pissed up until that point. The rest of it's like, shit, we got some freaking Americans. We got some people that are going to come help this trooper rolling in the median. And they pulled over, and it looks like they got the best of this guy a little bit. They got him in the cheek a little.
Well, and the story said that he was the trooper was trying to put him in the back of the car to take him to safety. He wasn't arresting him. Right. He was actually trying to help him. And that's when the guy got a little crazy. And so, somebody pulled over and straightened that situation out, right? Pulled out a firearm.
Yeah, I've had that situation. Happen to me before where I was making an arrest and citizens came and helped. I'm like, hey, thank you. Yeah, it does help.
So I can pull over now when I see somebody getting arrested and offer my help. That's awesome.
Shannon, please stay back.
Yeah. I'm going to drop your name.
23, we got Shannon Livingston trying to help. Oh, it's bad.
They would let me in, I'm sure. I think I could really help other situations. I'd be like, Tim Jarrett told me I need to be here. He said this would be fine with you. Is this a crime scene?
Back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. I think we got the video on this one. We can see that.
That's the moment that changed everything for Trooper Jonathan Ruiz, who stopped to help a pedestrian walking along I-4 Friday morning. A trooper punched in the face, caught on camera before a scuffle with the suspect, and loud cries for help.
That truck pulled over quick, right?
That's when people driving along the busy interstate saw the struggle and stopped to pitch in. A semi-driver and people in cars on both sides of the road coming to the trooper's aid as he put handcuffs on Alexander Hernandez Delgado, who was taken
that
to
could have gone real bad.
Bravo.
If that guy would have gotten his gun.
Hey, you're right. That could have got real ugly.
Yeah, because him yelling help, it's not because the young guy's punching him. It's because he has a weapon, and I'm assuming a taser and other things that can be used against him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand is like when you get in a confrontation with a police officer, it's an armed encounter, right? So because the firearm could go flying one way, you go the other way. It doesn't take much to get that gun out. And when somebody's that hyped up, they're gonna, good chances they're gonna grab that gun and they're gonna use it against you.
Well, and I'm amazed that on the highway, they were going so fast that these people were able to see what was going on and hear and stop and intervene all within, that was super fast. It was like 15 seconds.
Did you see how fast? Can we run that back to see how fast
that's the
over, which is awesome.
That trucker was not fucking around.
Yeah, that guy was like, watch this. Amazing.
Friday morning.
Watch how fast he pulled over here.
A trooper punched in the face, caught on camera
pretty much
with the suspect, and loud.
Of course, little cut there.
That's when people driving along the busy interstate saw the struggle and stopped to pitch in. A semi-driver and people in cars.
See how fast that was? That shows you there's a lot of really good people out there watching. And I think the traffic was kind of slowing a little bit because normally when law enforcement stops, sometimes it causes a little bit of a slowdown.
And all the people with weed in their car.
Yeah, everybody
kept on driving.
Hey, that's how we find people with weed in their car. We go, they drive by real slow, and we get. Oh, there's Shannon. Let's go get her.
You can't stop us anymore because of the smell. Because now hemp is legal,
oh,
and you have
that's
no
right.
way of knowing.
Yeah.
We're finally winning something after years of stupid prohibition.
Yeah. It's good.
But so you went to Miami and you were very lucky to not be shot, apparently, while you were over there, because every weekend I hear about all the craziness happening in Miami.
Yeah, Miami's wild. And this happened on Miami Beach. So yeah, they had a shooting at Miami Beach. Left, and there were several of them over this weekend. There was Arkansas, Miami Beach. There was several different shootings
Even
with multiple people. Yeah, there was a car show there. Yeah, so this is injured amid a packed spring break. So people are out. They're out and about.
This is alcohol, by the way.
It's crazy.
This
alcohol
is
related, I'm sure. No,
none
of these
alcohol.
kids. Spring breakers don't do weed. They just do alcohol.
If they did, wouldn't it be better though? Let's do a social experiment.
Yeah.
Let's take away all their alcohol. Let's just have a whole beach where you can't have any alcohol, but you can smoke all the weed you want. I bet those people will be happy. I bet people may get pregnant.
I read a study on it. They would be much happier.
Study?
Yes, there was a study. It was a Harvard.
Swear these studies
it was
that
a Harvard
to exist.
It was a Harvard study that at spring break, if kids smoke just marijuana, they'll behave much better.
I was reading something.
That was a study.
I was reading something political this morning, and it said a study showed it. It didn't have a reference or anything, and I'm like, this is the kind of bullshit Tim accuses me of. You just say it's a study,
and I believe you. Like half the time,
Most of
but
the time.
yeah, I do. I just like that.
No, I lie
about
about things like how many men I've slept with. I'm not going to lie about cannabis.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a woman.
Give us
We
a
have
number.
to.
Give us
We're
a
expected to.
Give us a number.
You wouldn't know. I mean, I wouldn't know if it's a real number either. I've blacked out most of them, not at the time, but just like after the event. I was like, oh, let's put that in the back of the brain.
I did watch a good part of the Marilyn Manson.
Was that so crazy?
Yeah, I'll get with you off air on that.
Yeah.
My thoughts. You got to watch it
because it wasn't just about the abuse. It was about
he's just a mixed up life.
How long it takes people to realize they're abused.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing was about extending the statute of limitations to account for that.
Are you pretty? I mean, I'm sure that she went through some shit, but at some point during that,
are you going to victim blame now?
No, is there at some point during that shit? Don't you think that she?
Like when she got out of the house more than once, like you're not in the house anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep coming back. I get it, but she wants to be with famous person. She was
already famous. It was not about money or
she was
fame.
famous, but not like Marilyn Manson famous.
No, I don't think it was about that. I really don't. I think it was much more psychological.
I think she had definitely some issues.
I think she was, she was easily preyed upon. And the show goes into that. She kind of lays out how she was able to be hooked into this.
But it's funny how like this comes out when people are no longer relevant and then they want to make themselves relevant.
Are you saying that she's not a relevant actress?
I don't know, but I'm just saying it's kind of strange how this comes out. And I'm definitely not sticking up for Marilyn Manson because the shit that he did is obviously.
But do you think this is a good kind of fame for her? Like, do you think this is how women want the world to know them?
No, I don't think so. I really don't. I just never heard of her before. And I look back and I remember seeing her and some of those things, but I don't know. I just feel like that people have to be when they, and again, there's probably a lot of reasons why she didn't recognize it at the time. Obviously the drugs and, the situation she was in, but people are victims unknowingly. But I think a certain point when you're in it, like 3 or 4 years or however, there's got to be a point where like, hey, there's a little bit more there's a little bit more to it.
Well, she also does say that.
And I haven't finished the whole thing.
Okay, because she does take responsibility for her unhealthy behavior as well. A lot of it being drugs and, just being led down that path. And I think, the thing that we need to really focus on with these cases, she's focusing on what do you do, how do you hold them accountable, and the statute of limitations thing. I would rather focus on how do we prevent girls, women, and men from being sucked into these unhealthy relationships in the first place. I've had my own share of bad choices and bad relationships. And had I had a more stable foundation of life, education, money, family, whatever, maybe some of that could have been avoided. So I think if we go back to, just trying to give kids a good rock solid foundation and trying to help families, then we don't have to go into all of that weird twisted shit and try to help people after they're broken.
Yeah. I guess the stability, and I've never really been in that situation. I don't really know. So
You
I
had
guess,
a stable home life, right?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So like you got to see two people that loved each other, and
yeah,
like
I
that was
mean,
your model for parents.
yeah,
And your parents said things like "I love you" and they hugged you.
yeah, they did.
I mean, you're smiling. I didn't have any
No,
of that.
I'm laughing because
Didn't have any of that.
I know they did. I just,
But that was your norm.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound, so for me to say, "Oh, did your parents say I love you" to you? You're like, "Of course they did." I didn't hear that.
right.
And not only did I not hear that, I heard other things that were
Right.
not nice.
Right.
So when you have the general world, the douchebag down the road treats you 10 times better than your dad, you don't have that base of comparison so much as to where
I
your
got that.
boundaries should be.
Yeah. It's almost like a rich person trying to tell you what it's like to be poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying that women don't have accountability or whatever, but let's build people up to be able to be more accountable instead of trying to repair them.
Yeah. No, I get it. So
be better to your kids,
let's
people.
I'm going to finish it. We'll do a podcast on it. We'll talk about it. I can't remember the name of it though.
Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix Rising
and it's on HBO.
HBO. Yeah, it's on
HBO
Max. So Phoenix Rising. Everybody watch that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It'll suck you in.
It's a two-part, right?
Two or three parts. Give me your standpoint.
We'll talk about it on Friday.
Yeah, at some point. I hope I get it done by Friday. I'm gonna get that class. Gonna knock me out.
Right.
But
you're
I think
educating
I can
the
probably
world.
do that. Yeah. No, it's a good time. Anything else, Shannon? Monday.
No, we got into all sorts of craziness here. We talked about some deep childhood stuff and cops being saved by citizens.
Woo.
So if you see somebody getting arrested, go and intervene, help that cop.
Yeah, make sure you're helping the law enforcement.
Well, yeah, on the right side.
Yeah, right side of the law.
And if they give you any problem at all, tell them Tim Jarrett sent you.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
That'll work great.
All right, 239 Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond, and we are